This is different than any other AVP tournament.
It is the granddaddy of them all.
It's the Wimbledon of beach volleyball. It is the event of all events to win.
There is the most teams of any event all competing for a chance to have their name immortalized.
Get your name on the pier, and that's something that will always be theirs.
The ultimate goal as an AVP player and as a beach player to wear this tournament.
So many games, so much action. It's truly just iconic.
This is the Manhattan Beach Open.
This is the Manhattan Beach Open.
This is the Manhattan Beach Open.
Immortality is an overused word. All events fade with time. But what if your success was cast in bronze, encased in concrete, and laid for all time? Would that be immortal? A progressive AVP Manhattan Beach Open title offers exactly that type of permanence. One match to be forever. Welcome to Championship Sunday. 4 teams with bronze dreams remain. Our women's final is up first. Brasher and Cruz taking on Cheng and Kraft. The #1 and the #2 seeds have advanced all the way to the final match of Championship Sunday on the women's side. Hi, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Cameron Irwin. We have gold medalist Rich Lamborn in the sand here in a moment. Cameron, Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz have won this 2 years running. They're looking for a third, a rarely accomplished feat.
It's one thing to get your name up on the pier, but to do it 3 times straight would be truly a feat. But Taryn Brasher, Kristen Cruz, they are playing at an elite level right now. They have yet to drop a set in this tournament, but they're going to have their truest test yet in the #3 seed just behind them.
Sometimes the seedings go as you expect them, sometimes they don't. In this case, the women's field has gone 1 and 2 straight to the final. In fact, between them, they have only dropped 1 set.
It's remarkable when you think about Kraft and Kelly Cheng. This duo, a new duo in 2026. Kraft has made her way now to a 2nd straight Manhattan Beach final. She has yet to win a major title with the AVP. I asked her about the outcome. She told me she's completely surrendering it. I love the mindset, clear and free as she gets ready for yet another final here in Manhattan.
Athletes these days talk about process over score. Here is an ultimate test of whether you can just stay in the moment, stay in that process, and perhaps come out with your first victory if you are part of the Miami Mayhem in AVP League play here, playing alongside one another in the AVP Manhattan Beach Open. And Cheng and Kraft, they are the one with the 1-set loss.
They are, and you look at some of the wins over Van Winkle and Van Winden. That team was very formidable in Manhattan Beach. 2 long, lanky blocker and defender, as well as Anderson Chacon, another AVP League combination. They took down in straight sets. I said this team is playing at an elite level right now. They said they faced adversity in every single one of those matches, but their greatest strength here in Manhattan is their connectivity between themselves and this new partnership. They feel like they've laid the foundation, and now the building blocks are truly coming to life.
They spent some time putting that foundation together, losing a number of close matches early in this year. Lately, they have been coming out on top in a big way. They were super dominant in the semifinal. Kraft takes the sand. One of the exciting young defenders in America, perhaps the best transition attacker. She plays behind Kelly Cheng, who is the most versatile, creative, and effective attacker at the blocking spot. Now 6'2", 30 years old, already a multiple-time Olympian.
I think you're going to get a chance to see every skill set from Kelly Cheng in this matchup. One of the best pulling blockers in that game. That means that she's up at the net and will shift her way back to play down defense against the 5'6" Kristen Cruz on the other side. She may need that skill.
That pair there has met this pair here twice in this season, and both times Brasher and Cruz have come out victorious. They have come out victorious in every set they've played here in Manhattan.
You talk about this team from a defensive standpoint. One of the best read and react teams that you will see in that phase of the game. One of the best, if not the best team in the world right now in Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz. One of the elite defenders that's able to turn points, scoop and score time and time again, paired with the big time block of Taryn Brasher. She's tall, she's long, and she's got a better read up at the net in that phase of the game.
They're in the Austin Aces during progressive AVP League play. They have won 17 straight matches here in Manhattan Beach across those two victories in this run to this final. The record is 21 by Misty May Trainer and Carrie Walsh-Jennings. Will they continue a march towards that and put their names on the pier for a third time? Taryn Brasher hopes so as she takes the sand.
One of the strongest skills she's bringing in 2026 is an elevated play up at the net. Just a better identification of the opposing attack coming her direction. She's being more physical with better reads.
And playing behind her is the now Kristen Cruz, formerly Kristen Nuss. Partners at LSU, partners since their professional debut back in 2021. They are the world #1 team with Kristen Cruz showing elite footwork and mechanics. Coming in transition to score, just 5'6".
She stood at the service line in their semifinal match. In the second set, they were down early and fought their way back for the straight set win. Their coach, Drew Hamilton, looked over at her and just said, hey, go do something cool. And she did exactly that, closing out the match and not dropping a set to book their ticket to this final.
The last time these two teams met, it was early mid-June. Brasher and Cruz coming out on top in week 3 of AVP League play, but it was 16-14, 15-17, 17-15. We are expecting much the same here with the title at stake. We are underway. First serve received by Meg Kraft. And she scores right away, middle.
I'll be keying in on May Kraft and where she's attacking from. How does she stretch the defense of TKN on the opposite side? A lot of teams will go middle at them to try and force some shorter angles to open up.
Kristen Cruz, excellent control right to Taryn Brasher. Those on-two attacks were part of the big comeback they had in the semifinals. They were down in a second set, 18-14. Kristen told me she looked back at Taryn and she was about to serve and she asked, is this our set? And Taryn responded, it's our set. I said, I would love to have that much power in the universe. They said, well, you need to speak it sometimes. You just need to put it into the universe first to make it happen as Taryn makes one happen to the back line there.
I was going to say, she's speaking something into the universe on that one, just tacking the back line, the high poke, challenging the defense at the depth of the court. When you're in trouble, this is a great location to go to. She earns the first block touch, knowing that the attack was just underneath the block and finding open sand.
There is Taryn Brasher, formerly Cloth, a star indoors at Creighton. An outside hitter before going to LSU and beginning her beach career where she's been so dominant. An ace there as we welcome into our broadcast, Richie Lamborn.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, talking about the dominance of Brasher Cruz, they've actually got in their box live and in person Coach Drew Hamilton with them. That is not necessarily a consistent thing. I said, is there any difference between being on site with your girls and being off site back at home, just kind of phoning in all the coaching details? He said, not much difference. The girls know what they need to do. They know what, if anything, is going wrong. So I don't want to reiterate what they already know. He goes, if anything, we talk about more off the court stuff than we do on the court stuff if there's ever a timeout or a time where we are consulting mid-match. Dressed up as Stefan Castle, his doppelganger apparently. This weekend, the man in the Jordan capris is in the house.
You'll see him. He's going to have to work on his hairstyle if we're going to give him Castle credentials here. As his team is off to an excellent start, 4-1. Kraft on a really nice set from Cheng.
And you've seen exactly that take place under the box of TKN, just in between timeouts, in between sets. A lot of times, just a little bit of silence and the communication primarily existing between that of Brasher and Cruz throughout the weekend. They have managed their relationship and their adaptability in matches like this without necessarily Drew in the mix, but nonetheless, he said, what in the world? Cheng and Kraft brought 2 coaches. I was just stoked to be here with 1.
Yeah, the team bigger than just the players. No one playing bigger than Kristen Cruz, who drops that one just long. So they give one back. First time these two teams met earlier in the year, they both hit over 400. Can one team slow the other down as we'll switch sides on sevens here? Playing a 21, win by 2 in the first 2 sets. A third set, if necessary, will be played 2-15, win by 2.
That last play, a big point there for Cheng and Kraft, down by 1 on the switch. But I think more importantly that May Kraft was on that jumbo shot. That's Kristen's best ball. She has ripped teams to shred with that ball that goes high and over the top as Brasher does the exact same, bashing the option.
A nice angled platform for the attack there, set by Cruz, who will step back. Of course, played at LSU. Now, Cruz checking in at 28 years old, well into her professional career. Has Cheng short, so she'll circle around to the right, and again, a middle attack is good. That is just inside the block and just inside the defense.
We love the creation here from Kelly Cheng, working to that right side. Oftentimes when you've got this big of a blocker in front of you in terms of the height and the reach of Taryn Brasher, you want to force them to have to move, have to reach outside their body line and be a little more unsteady on that blocking phase.
Cruz checks down, has to be covered, and she is effectively by Taryn.
Yard sale.
That one catch right through the visor and glasses of Kelly Cheng here.
I bet you'd find some pretty good stuff in a yard sale here in Manhattan Beach. Some Oakleys, nice little cap.
There's a Goodwill up on Artesia. They probably have some good stuff as well.
Might be a Rolex in there.
6-4 here in the first set. A gentleman who has local family, Jimmy Kimmel, checking in to enjoy some beach volleyball here. His mom lives South Redondo, down by my area of the woods.
Bringing out all the stars here in Los Angeles. Great to have Jimmy out.
Yeah, quite the excellent environment here. The South Bay of Los Angeles, if you don't know, known as the Bubble. Sometimes you end up in it and never escape, but you end up pretty happy. Hermosa, Manhattan, Redondo, all part of the bubble. As that poke over the top, a little cobra action is good for Taryn Brasher.
Anytime Brasher's getting a shot on an attack, you're going to see a big block up in front of her too. Two of the most elite blockers in the world. Total different styles in terms of Brasher and Cheng. Nonetheless, find ways to get it done.
Good control by Kristen Cruz. 2 times. Unable to really pull an attempt out of that one, and that is going to be ruled out of bounds.
They're going to say the ball contacted the antenna on the actual portion of the net. You have to make sure that ball also travels within the antennas, but it does, if it does in fact touch the antenna, also considered out of bounds. So it's prior to that third contact from Kristen Cruz.
A lot of plays are legal nowadays compared to years past, but not that one. Hand set, check down, miss. So we saw that in the semis. There were a few misses, particularly by Cruz, and that cost them a pair of runs in that set where they rallied. They gave up 7-1, they gave up 7-2. I don't think they can do that against Miami here, can they?
Yeah, no, you make a great point. How much grace will you have against the #2 seed in Cheng and Kraft? And it was interesting, after some of those lapses in the semifinals, Kristen Cruz just went underneath the umbrella. There wasn't much spoken. She knew she had to elevate her game, and all she said was, oops. I asked her about it afterward, and she goes, yeah, I just had to clean it up.
8-6 here in set number 1. That's Jordan Cheng right there, husband to Kelly Cheng. Checking in on the side change. Drew Hamilton going the other way, both getting words of advice from their coaching staff.
Mike Plotchek also in the mix, a part of that coaching combination for Cheng and Kraft.
Yeah, Kraft bringing Plotchek with her into the partnership. Very much a partnership of equals despite the age difference. Kraft going high line, Cruz right there. And slicing in return. 9-6. Austin leading.
Stressing defenses. This set tempo, see how low that ball travels over the height of the net as opposed to more of a high ball up and down. This means that your defense has less time to react, less time to get set. Another way to stress from TKN.
Option given, taken, and converted. A very deliberate pass from Kraft that time to allow Cheng some opportunity.
From a defensive standpoint, you're going to want to watch where Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz line up. Does Brasher take away the left side of the court in front of Kelly Cheng in that regard, or is it the down defense?
That flow serve is going to go well long.
Both these teams came through the winners bracket, the 1 seed TKN.
Both these teams did not drop a match. As we mentioned coming in, if you just joined us, Cheng and Kraft only dropped 1 set. in the Manhattan Beach Open here. Brasher and Cruz have yet to be beaten in any set. That may yet change here. They lead in the moment here in set number 1, 10-8. I'm Kevin Barnett alongside Cameron Irwin with gold medalist Rich Lamborn in the sand for our women's final first here on the CW, followed by our men's matchup.
Little diversity already on the option attack from Kelly Cheng, meaning she's going on to, you saw the line, this time back cross court.
They continue to work on Cruz to her right. That one's slapped back, smartly placed.
I asked Kelly Cheng about this exact matchup. One of the best pulling blockers, and when she faces Kristen Cruz, how often are you going to pull off the net and try and dig whatever shot she's sending your direction? She said we have plans A, B, C, D in place, and we're gonna have to feel it out throughout the continuation of each set. That time getting the better of Cruz.
This time she stays the net, and that's another cut shot that goes down. Kristen Cruz with the victory on that particular play.
Cut shot just below the height of the block. Oftentimes she'll kind of delay as she's dropping from the top of her approach.
Line the call, but missed wide left.
That is just out of bounds. It's 12-9.
As expected, we're off to a close start here in our women's final. The number 1 and number 2 seeds, Brasher and Cruz, lead by 3 at the technical timeout.
I'm looking for like 4 and under-year-olds and their parents who want to come down the courts. I need a dad with the kid or a mom with the kid who wants to come out on the court. Yes. I'm sorry, your dad said yes already. Yeah, meet me in the corner. Go right by those firefighters. They're right over there in the corner. Right over there in the corner. Yes, you. You. You? Yes. Come to the corner. Come around my booth. Come to the corner. You. Yes, you. Yes, come to the corner by my booth. That guy going down the black hat. You know where you're going? Come here. I got that. You come here. You're going to have something special. The security guards are going to hate me. But you know what? We're going to do it because I believe in you. I believe in you. Let me take your child. You must believe in me. We got a few. I can take a couple more probably. I can take a couple more kiddos. Yes, I see you, ma'am. You don't have a child with you though. Yes, intern Hannah, definitely. Yes, you go with Hannah also. Yes, you. Go down and to the corner. Out of the stands and to your right, sir. Yes. You. Yes. Right over here. And I can probably take one more. Yeah, I'm in. Yes. Yes, you. You? Yes, you. I'll see you over there. All right, kiddos, we'll chat in a minute. We'll chat in a minute. For now, 1 minute and 37 seconds. Manhattan Beach, how are we doing today? Do we feel good? Are we having a good day? How are we doing over here? How are we doing in the bougie cabanas? Yes, hi people. Hi friends in the boxes. Who's been in the water today? Has anybody been in the water today? Is it nice? It's nice. You know what? We're all going to get in the water today because it is time to do the Manhattan Beach Open Wave. And I need one person to start the wave.
The Progressive AVP Manhattan Beach Open is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Make sure your family is well taken care of with life insurance. Protect your phones, laptops, and more with electronic device insurance. And cover your furry friends with pet health insurance. A look down the Manhattan Pier where all the bronze plaques are placed with the winners in every year of this historic event going all the way back to 1966 on the women's side. And we have a multitude of winners in a row. It goes all the way back to the very beginning. Kathy Gregory and Mickey McFadden with 3 victories in a row. Chisholm and Silva with 3 victories in a row. If you go back to Bruncardi and Luttrell, you're going to find 3 victories in a row. 4 is the most for Misty May trainer Carrie Walsh-Jennings.
And if you're wondering, too, with the last one with Jackie Silva, they actually played twice in 1987, which is where those 3 straight came from.
A remarkable history, all immortalized on the pier. Each year after you win, you're handed a blank bronze plaque. Then the next year, in a pier ceremony on the first day of the event in the afternoon, when you're wearing some sort of more formal attire, you are handed your actual plaque that you get to keep, and yours is set in the concrete of this pier that was constructed in the late 1800s. Come hell, high water, or super El Nino, it will still be here. Welcome back, everybody, to our jam-packed stadium court for the Progressive AVP Manhattan Beach Open. As we're watching the battle between the #1 and #2 seeds proceed as we thought, where the margins are small and the lead is just 2.
You know, another interesting storyline between these 2 teams, although they are the 1 and 2 seeds this weekend, you think about the AVP League Championships, and it wasn't more than about 2 weeks ago that the Austin Aces and Brasher and Cruz knocked Cheng and Kraft out of a top 2 spot into Chicago, meaning they will have to play 1 extra match on the shores of Lake Michigan. So dropping from 2 to 3, that's a big move for Brasher and Cruz.
Our Progressive AVP League Championships coming up Labor Day weekend along the shores of Lake Michigan, and our beautiful finish to the summer in Chicago. Come on out and see us. It'll be an incredible event. If you can't join us in person, join us here on the CW. 2 days of action as per usual with AVP League events. Here, that another run down to the line. Watch the footwork there. Not enough, as Kraft in response gets the kill. Good footwork from Brasher and Cruz, but they end up giving up the regular side out here, 13-11.
I always love watching these 2 defenses go head-to-head, whether it's the actual down defense of Kristen Cruz and Megan Kraft, or the scheme at which they play. A little bit more schemed up on the side of Cheng and Kraft, the show, the take, the manipulation of blocker and defender.
That ball is long, an error.
And more the read and react on the opposite side defensively. Brasher and Cruz, you'll see Cruz wait longer in the pocket. She might take a juke step left or right, but she trusts her explosiveness and that quick first step.
Looking for the tie here. Cruz to the middle. She likes to go to the middle and go back out. She does just that. A little inside out working again. It seems to be her go-to when she's a little in trouble.
And understandably as well, because she's then able to open up more angles, some of those short shots back to the line, or even the cut shot that's shortened to the opposing sideline. I'll tell you too, you can't sleep on Kristen Cruz as a jumper. She makes it look so simple, but she's only 5'6", and this is different sand, right? When you're in the South Bay, it's deep here, meaning you're going to be able to get less vertical off the sand as opposed to some of the league events where you're more indoors, tighter, compact sand as
nearly an ace.
Scramble play on the side of TKN.
Big block instead. Reversing the flow of that point. First block for Brasher.
Cleaning up the mess. It was a full scramble to just get reset. They try and bring the tempo. May Kraft, she wants to try and attack the block, but this one she got a little too much piece of.
Big move at perhaps a big moment here. Playing a 21, win by 2. Nobody up. Kraft eventually finds the sand, and we find courtside AVP Commissioner Bobby Corvino sitting alongside a legend, St. John Smith. His name is on the pier multiple times. 2 gentlemen, I'm sure, solving the world's problems right now.
That's what's always fun about this event. You bring out all the legends. This is the home, the birthplace of beach volleyball. Between here and Hermosa Beach, just about a mile and a half down the sand.
St. John Smith and Randy Stoklos victorious in '89 and '86. St. John Smith victorious in 1980 alongside Karch Karai, and the previous year with Jim Menges.
Tight moments now, evening up the score.
1-point lead there on the side out. A little soft touch from Kristen Cruz.
Yeah, great recognition, seeing the polling block into the angle, so she drops it short because Kraft, once Kelly Cheng shifts to that polling angle, she has to then cover the line. It's tough to move, slide left, as well as still make that vertical move to the net.
Soft one, Brasher got it. Second one, no. Cheng diving in a second time, cannot grab it. 2-point lead, that would be enough.
Coming into the 2026 season, when you're looking at the women's side, there are 3 teams that we knew were going to be battling it out for title after title. It was Brasher and Cruz, Melissa Umana-Paredes and Brandy Wilkerson, and this 2 seed in Cheng and Kraft.
Cheng and Kraft with a timeout, first timeout called here in our women's final. And now here's some VIP access to the team huddle presented by Yamava Resort and Casino.
This is involving Taryn's block. Okay. She's making good moves. They're mixing 1s and 4s. If you don't know what to do, you have the seam swing or the deep shot, guys, right? Just don't let Taryn get involved, right?
I got you here, Kel. Great second.
The swings, guys, got to be another level higher than what we're facing against Maddie. You got 4 or 5 more inches of height.
Okay.
Hey, so this team hasn't dealt with a team like us where, like, we sat out here, we figured out a score one. If it's close, guys, we have the power to go, raise that up, right? A lot of teams crumble, so let's see what we can do here.
Yes.
Okay? Keep seeing the fakes on ones, right?
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Are you in?
I'm into that conversation, I'll tell you that much. The 1s and 4s, that's the connection and the communication about the blocking scheme on the other side, right? So the 1 means you're taking away the line of the opposing attack, and then in terms of the 4, that means you're kind of showing one thing, taking the other, stealing away the angle. They also mentioned playing at a higher level at the net. You see the 4 or 5 inches higher on the attack from Kelly Cheng there. They mentioned Maddie Anderson, who they met in the semifinals, saying it's a bigger block. You've got to get up and over it, elevating some of those shots.
Yeah, it might be the biggest block in Taryn Brasher, now 18 on the board for the Austin Aces, Brasher and Cruz. One of the top 2 seeds in AVP League play puts up another 19-15 second block.
In talking to Cheng and Kraft prior to this matchup, I asked him the big piece of the puzzle to face TKN. They said it's the serve and pass game. I think the last 2, you feel like maybe just a little bit too much on the push, trying to force that option.
3-0 scoring run at just the right moment. Timely performance again. That seems to be how you go from good to great, Cameron. It depends on when you can turn it on. At the end of sets, whether you're trailing or not, that kind of confidence is unique.
Well, this swing takes a ton of confidence because of the limited angles for a heavy swing. From about 5 feet off the net, Kelly Cheng just finds enough around the block of Taryn Brasher. You talk about needing that next wrinkle, right? Well, that could be the service pressure here for Kraft, one of the best servers in the game.
Going to the back line, nearly had it, Cam. The redirect is good. Coach Cameron Irwin on the case. 19-17, gonna need a little more. So you went deep last time, what now, Coach?
I like it. I think by not just serving deep, you kind of are forcing that ball high at the chest of Kristen Cruz, but it maybe pulls the ball off far enough to not have to deal with as much of the option.
We'll see where Kraft goes. Cruz goes to the middle and to that line. I've seen that 3 times in a row, going all the way back to the semifinal. Set point. Brasher and Cruz looking to stay perfect on the tournament. Kraft on the right side, straight down that line. It's a winner, but they need a couple yet.
That's a heck of a swing, though, from Megan Kraft. It even got a little gasp out of the fans as well. Just a hammer of a shot down the line. Limited in space, but not in pace.
Set point number 2, Brasher and Cruz. Kristen right back to the middle. Where does she go? She goes the other direction. Oh, playing the chess game to perfection to end set number 1. Cruz and Brasher, 21-18.
Call her the grandmaster of set 1. Cheng had no idea, should she stay, should she pull? She was 2 feet off. Kristen Cruz is 1 step ahead.
And 1 step away from a 3rd in a row title here in Manhattan Beach. Set 2 up next.
New documentary film. You know the names like Misty and Carrie and Dodd and Stokey and Hovland and Karch, Sinjin, the Kings and Queens of the Beach. Kings of the Beach is the new documentary coming out on a major streaming platform to be announced. Follow Kings of the Beach film on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Now, we will be looking for our very own kings and queens of our beach. Maybe the kings and queens of Pride Rock. This is the Simba Cam. We're going to start with this young man. Here we go, Simba Cam, let's go. Yes, a strong start to Simba Cam. What about number 2? Yes! Look at that smile. Number 3, I recognize that guy. That's my guy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, August. All right, number 4. Number 4. Yeah, Mom. Woo! The future. Oh, we got a little one coming up next. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. Let's keep going down the line. Let's keep going down the line. She gone. Give it up for, oh wait, yes, yes. Something's going on. Something's going on. Yes! Okay. Somebody came to play. Yes. You ready, buddy? He's like, I don't know if I can do that. Here we go. Let me get it up there, buddy. Yeah! Look at that smile. Let's go, 2 to go, 2 to go. Let's go, young lady. You got buffed out. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And the finish. Get that shirt off, young man. Flex it. Yeah! All right, well, it turns out I have got 2 of these signed posters signed by Karch and Sinjin and Dodd and Hob. And I think it's going to go to this young lady who did the flips, and this guy who swung the shirt around. Nice job by you. You're all going to get something. Give it up for our kings and queens of Manhattan Beach.
The last Friday in August is going to kick off a 3-day CW Sports Spectacular. It starts with NASCAR O'Reilly Series racing from Daytona. Then it's the season premiere of CW College Football as New Mexico State visits Florida State. Then it's NXT Heatwave crashing in for a summer showdown. A must-see sports weekend. Begins Friday, August 28th, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the CW and streaming on the ESPN app. We are here on the CW now from beautiful, sunny, perfect Southern California, 71 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky, a light breeze coming off the Pacific Ocean. Kevin Barnett, Cameron Irwin, and Rich Lamborn here on the sand as we begin set number 2 between the number 1 and number 2 seeds. Brasher and Cruz victorious in the first by 3. What was the difference, Cam?
I mean, with that only 3-point separation, it's no surprise in terms of their efficiencies. So close, 333 on both sides of the net as that one goes awry from the first contact. But I will say it's the pass and the set. I think there were a couple opportunities that did go south for that of Cheng and Kraft. I'd also say kind of getting caught in that no man land on the attack of Kristen Cruz. Got to shore up some of that defensive strategy.
Here they throw one down the line at Cheng, who puts it away. Let's check in with Rich.
Thanks, Kev. Just talking to Jordan Cheng a moment ago, what adjustments need to be made here in the second set? He said, you know what, we're not adjusting all that much. We're not that far off. What we have to be better at is kind of fighting off the aura of Brasher and Cruz. They put pressure on you before they even step on the court, and we have to be a little bit better at managing that and just kind of staying within ourselves, sticking to the game plan.
Rich, if you were a real reporter, we would know the color of that aura. What is it?
It's rainbow.
I didn't know that was a color. Amazing. No wonder they can speak it into existence here, Cam, and just turn it on when they need it.
No, but to that point, too, you think about you're playing against the back-to-back champion in Manhattan Beach, where both athletes on the other side are fighting for their first Manhattan Beach Open title. Each having looks at it as there's the option.
Always difficult to get that first opportunity to be victorious here in Manhattan Beach. Cheng has been here twice in the finals, 2018 and 2022. Coming up short, Kraft won final last year alongside Therese Cannon. They won the first set, 21-15 did Kraft and Cannon. Then they lost to Taryn and Kristen. That's Team TKN on sand again here, the two-time reigning champions. The next two sets were 21-18, 15-13. A thriller 1 year ago on these same sands.
This format does play into the favor of Brasher and Cruz. They like these sets to 21 points, feel like they find separation keys at about the 15-point mark, which is what we saw in that first set.
Oh, there's a little payback right there. Oh, one little chip shot into my face. Here's one right back at you. Didn't get the glasses, though. Seems like unfinished work for Cheng. 3-3.
There's a high likelihood while you're watching this final, you could be watching the two teams representing us for LA 2028. Melissa Juana-Paredes, Brandy Wilkerson representing Team Canada. They also compete here with the AVP League.
Now, if you're wondering where that event will be, we had our Long Beach weekend in Progressive AVP League play on the sands of Long Beach. That is where all the world will come to contest another Olympic medal in this glorious sport. Just south of here, about 25 minutes. A little bit different sand, a little bit different conditions than we find here. This is some of the deepest sand anywhere in the world where beach volleyball is played.
And it's wild to think, right now you have 3 Olympians on the sand, between that of Brasher and Cruz, who represented in Paris in 2024, and Kelly Cheng, the 2-time Olympian.
Bad pass, but a good play by Kelly Cheng. If you look back to the semifinal, Anderson and Chacon were dismissed by this team here. That was a battle of Miami versus LA from league play. Victory for Kraft and Cheng, 13-10. Emphatic win. On the other side, we mentioned it was a comeback. They won the first set 21-17, did Brasher and Cruz. The second would require a 23-21. They fought off a set point to eventually come out with the victory, as that roll shot is good once again, and we continue on even here, or nearly even in set 2.
And what's important about this shot, Kevin, where's she coming from and where's she going to? You mentioned you've seen her go back to the line, attacking out of the middle. This time it's a curveball, changing up back to the left sideline.
Yeah, by my count, it was 3 to the line, now 2 in a row to the angle. As Cheng puts a little extra oomph on that one.
You want to talk about changing aura or matching it? I think that's the way for Cheng and Kraft. They are at their best when they're taking authoritative swings, going up, adding a little extra pace. You got to create some space off the block of Taryn Brasher, but that's them at their best.
Tough pass, dealt with. Both teams on the scramble. The crowd wanted more.
But each one of those touches, even though they're not able to transition back out, they're letting TKN know that they're on that read. They're close to changing these over. Like Jordan Cheng mentioned after set number 1, they're not far off. But points like this going their direction could be the difference maker.
Brasher to serve. Husband Eric Brasher in attendance this weekend. Had a great opportunity to catch up with him. Hugely supportive part of her group. for Taryn Brasher as they convert that swing, and it's another point for Brasher and Cruz, now extending that lead to 2.
Winning the defensive battle for Kristen Cruz. She's over double digits in terms of total digs.
Cheng, big swing and set home. Return to sender. Third block for Brasher, and they're on a little sprint here in the first third of set number 2.
Once again, look at the press from Taryn Brasher. Great lineup. Her partner told us that she was a monster in the blocking phase of the game coming into 2026, and proving just so.
Read from Cruz is almost enough. There is not a player who covers more ground at a lower trajectory than Cruz. So we hit the 8-6 side change off of this effort.
How's she even got a hand on that? You talk about playing the ball low. It's that last push. She's already in the sand, and she'll just shove from her knees, full extension through the hips, create a little extra leverage for Kristen Cruz.
You mentioned Kelly Cheng trying to change the aura here. She's very familiar with auras, as they are present in video games, one of her passions for so long. So she doesn't play as much as she used to, but the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are her 2 big games now, but also unpacking. I was like, well, what is that game? She said you just unpack. You open a suitcase and you unpack things virtually.
You know what, as someone who travels for a living, both her and I'm surprised that that's what she enjoys, because I'm tired of living out of a suitcase.
She said Jordan watched her play the game and said, can we do this in IRL, please? Can we unpack the suitcases for real? They got one back there. Cheng looking for another. Poke deep, all the way to the back line. That is picture perfect. Wow, what a measure of the distance.
And Kraft was just crawling. Previously, this last shot had gone long in set number 1, but just dialing it back enough as Kraft is doing her best to get on it. She even laid off. She probably actually could have dug that, thinking it was out of bounds.
Nearly went scorpion trying to stop her momentum there. Scooping the ball towards the net for Cheng, who rolls that one up and over the top. Back to within 1 as their supporters have come up with incredible shirts this weekend. Well done, people. Kraft, Mac, and Cheng with a dripping volleyball covered in cheddar cheese or cheese food product, whatever that dust is that I love so much.
They win Manhattan Beach with those shirts.
Bravo, people. Roll shot, bravo for that. Another perfect shot, keeps the lead for Brasher and Cruz. The only lead for Cheng and Kraft in this match was 1-0 in set number 1.
The delayed block there from Kelly Cheng, trying to shot block that, but it's just too crispy from Kristen Cruz.
Cheng nicely places that ball off the net for Kraft.
Yeah, and a different tempo there in terms of their side out on the right side, forcing Brasher to have to catch up to that play as a blocker.
(10-9), hanging on to that lead. Brasher and Cruz. And their efficiency inside out continues as they put 11 on the board. We're coming up on the technical.
And it's interesting, they kind of test Taryn Brasher there, right? They had gone at Cruz several times in a row and decided to throw a side out ball her direction. You heard Jordan Cheng in the timeout say, hey, it's a game of keep away with Taryn Brasher. She is performing at an efficient clip, well over 500 in this match.
Sitting, waiting on that one was Cruz. She will come in one-footed, find the right solution, and send us to the technical timeout. They won the first by 3. They lead here in the middle of the second by 3. Can anything derail the train that is Brasher and Cruz?
the court, and all of you will tell me who the winner is. Now, if you made it to the finals, I'm going to tell you, Scrabblers, if you make it to the finals, I'm going to have you go to this side. If you are not in the finals, I will not tell you to go over there. So here we go. Scrabble contest. Let's kick it off right now. Let's go. I don't care who goes first. Yes, very nice. Oh, yeah. You're in the finals. Valiant effort, not the finals. Not the height, not the direction. Yes, 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 absolutely. You're in the finals by the last one. The last one, go over here with the lady in the bucket hat. Oh my goodness, yes. In the finals. Not in the finals. Yeah! In the finals. Not in the finals. Oh, that's nice. Yes, you're in the finals. Oh, I had high hopes for you. Oh, gosh, that was so close to being awesome. Incredible failure. It was really good, though. Nice job. Oh, get back here. Nope. Yay or nay? Yay, you're in the finals. Definitely in the finals. Okay. That is so nice. That is Casey Patterson. That is Sean Rosenthal. Somehow, Sean Rosenthal doesn't make the finals in the Scrabble contest, but he gets another chance. Yes, sir. The three-time Manhattan Beach Open champion, Sean Rosenthal, everybody. Yes. Okay, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you.
Sunday, September 6th, it all comes down to this. Watch as the Progressive AVP League crowns its champions in Chicago. The Progressive AVP League Championship Finals from Chicago, Oak Street Beach, starting Sunday, September 6th at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific on the CW and streaming live on the ESPN app. You want to be there in person. If you can't, be with us here on the CW for sure. And thanks for being with us here now for the women's final. The AVP Manhattan Beach Open, 21-18 in the first, 12-9 in the second. The lead for Brasher and Cruz, who have won 18 straight sets. 18 straight sets in their last 3 seasons of play. They're the 2-time defending champions here in Manhattan, as that ball is chipped by Kelly Cheng, and they're looking for a little something, a little momentum. The last time Cheng and Kraft led was 1-0 in set number 1. They have to find a way to control some momentum here.
Yeah, you talk about controlling momentum, and it does feel like Brasher and Cruz have been in complete control since set 1, now into set 2. You have to have some tempo change. I think for this team of Cheng and Kraft, yes, you can think about the defense that hasn't necessarily gone their direction in terms of total digs. However, they can also still score points from a blocking phase as well as a service pressure phase. I think you have to go full send in that mark. You see it on screen right now, 5 errors, 0 aces. They have to change that trajectory.
Do they have to keep going for it?
You have to. I think especially right now, you're trailing. You have to get TKN into some sort of trouble in their side-out game.
Perhaps a cornerback mentality to serve here. Forget about you have 5 errors. You got to keep going for it. As Cheng successfully executes that. Try and do that at your next picnic game. That'll be a winner there too.
3 of those coming in the first, just 2 here in the second.
Cheng will take control blocks in addition to actual stuff blocks. Can get neither there as Brasher bashes one to the corner.
I mean, it's near perfection here in the second set for Brasher and Cruz. 0 errors in the attack. Brasher's gone 3 of 3, Cruz 6 of 8.
Cruz winning on the court, winning at life, just bought her first home down the New Orleans area. Moved away from Taryn for the first time. has the butterfly suite, apparently. I don't know if that's on Airbnb. You might check.
And extra high chandeliers.
And extra high chandeliers for her very tall partner.
It's the furthest distance they have lived from one another since their time at LSU.
Went from roommates to what, 100 steps?
105 to be exact.
Okay, very good. And now just across town, but still part of that remote outpost where they focus a lot on their own game.
And this summer they've actually brought in a lot of collegiate athletes to train in the mix as this ball falls to the sand on the defense of Kraft, but bringing in some of the young energy to make sure their practices continue to stay elevated. They have practice players against being out in New Orleans, where most of the hub and most of the play is out here in the South Bay.
And they're not having a problem making plays here in California as Cruz digs in, digs up, and puts away another. It is 16-12. And this second set quickly is getting out of hand once again for the defending champs.
Kristen Cruz now with 10 total digs. She's also at the top of the mark, just one behind Cheng in terms of her total kills at 15. She's been tested and she has risen to the occasion.
That might be my favorite play so far, where she slid underneath it, lipped it up, and then changed pace. We have changing fortunes here in Manhattan Beach, and you can change your fortunes no matter where you are by becoming an AVP Gold membership holder. It'll get you all access to everything AVP, discounts on every ticket, every event, every season. Get in the game and experience everything the AVP has to offer. Get your gold membership today at members.avp.com. And you can come and join us in Chicago. You can play an event with the AVP. You can just take advantage of all the perks of being an AVP Insider and Gold member. Taryn and Kristen Nation on hand, quite vocal throughout the weekend. Will they again go to Shellback, enjoy some Fanta shots, and another victory?
The walk is short, the memories are long.
They could be just 5 points away. If recent history is any guide, this is theirs to lose. They've been in control of this match. Serving down the middle, Cheng and Kraft stretch it out, and it's a little bit too much power that time. 17-12. Oh, the mountain gets steeper. Going to the backside. Touch but no turn from Taryn and Kristen.
And talking to Cheng and Kraft about this competition, they said, again, their strongest piece is the connection between the two when they face adversity. Right now, they're facing adversity. They stay connected, even winning, celebrating the points. If they have a hope in this second set, it's going to come down to that.
That one into the net. Tough miss for Cheng and Kraft. Our men's final is coming up next. Very interesting matchup. #1 team in the United States. Benish and Crabb. That's Andy Benish and Taylor Crabb. Going to be taking on Gage Basie. And Thomas Hurst, who are representing the state of Colorado, and everyone who's ever come from outside to try and become an inside player here in the world of beach volleyball in Southern California. They're going to bring a unique brand of volleyball, fun watch in the semis. The #12 seed, the deepest seed to make a final ever in the history of this tournament, as that shot is also good, and they're now 2 away from 3 straight. You can feel it.
And they can too. Just another beautifully executed play from Kristen Cruz. They tried to even double up on her defensively, and she still sees the block and down defense and goes the opposite direction.
Overhead, that's a perfect set. Better block with an exclamation point. We go to a match ball, fourth stuff block.
You can guarantee Brasher and Cruz have had their eyes set on 3 straight against a top-tier opponent. This is something else.
Looking for their 18th straight match victory and their 3rd title. Not yet. Switch sides, and you'll have a side out for it. Still plenty of room for the #1 seed, who will have run roughshod over the field.
To get it done in straight set fashion, like you mentioned. Wild, considering the draw, the opponents here in MBO.
The championship just beyond, perhaps, this point. Cruz to the middle. Not this time. Kraft with the read. And we play on.
Another quick contact from Cheng and Kraft, showing a little more life here at the end of set 2. They need a reel.
They need 4 more reels on their own service, which means everyone has to be in. 3rd match ball. Scooped under, but not enough. 3-time champions, Brasher and Cruz.
They may live in New Orleans, but they sure are taking up some real estate on the Manhattan Beach Pier. 3 straight for TKN.
That's a lot of bronze to have in your own home and on that pier. They join the names from history who've done this 3 times in a row. A class act both on the sand and off. Picking up new sponsors, making new friends, and giving up no sets.
And getting to do it alongside their coach, Drew Hamilton. That makes it well worth the trip.
You see a lot of their merch. It will be a 3-person lineup. Drew Hamilton a part of that success for these two, who from the moment they turned pro have laid claim to the best team in the United States.
You can see what it means to Kristen Cruz.
Taryn and Kristen Nation is what they're known as now, Team TKN. They travel well and they have a lot to celebrate. Once again here in Manhattan.
Cheers. Nothing better than champagne showers.
Yeah, let's keep that going, DT. It's a little warm down here. It's all gone. We'll get you more. We got 20 more.
Just enough left. A dominant performance, 21-18, 21-16. They win every single set in their journey to a 3rd Manhattan Beach Open title in a row, and they join elite company here, going all the way back to the birth of this tournament in 1966. Brew Nicardi and Latrell. Let's go down to Rich Lamborn, who is with our winners.
We ready? All right, Taryn and Kristen, back-to-back-to-back champions here in Manhattan Beach. That sounds pretty nice.
I do like the sound of that. This girl right here, oh my gosh. What a partner. Coach Drew, what a coach. Wow, that's wow.
We're making a habit of the three-peat thing. We got 3 in Gstaad, we've got 3 here in Manhattan Beach. Not a bad habit to start creating for the squad.
Hey, I will take the cowbells and the Manhattan Beach Pier any day. That is such a blessing, so grateful. There is so much behind the scenes work. Drew Hamilton thinks about how he's going to make us better day in and day out, so thank you to him.
Yeah, that's not an easy task because you guys are so good. We heard Coach Jordan Cheng talking about how you guys intimidate before you even step on the court. So how do we make ourselves better when we're winning everything, it seems like?
Oh, there's always something you can find. Get that 1% better. And that I tap my cap to Drew because he does find those 1% things and he pushes us in practice, which is why these moments just are so special. So, yeah, just huge thanks to Drew.
How great is it to have him actually on site with you for a victory?
Yeah, I think everybody's more excited to see Drew than us because he doesn't come to everything, so it's so nice to have him here and in the box.
All right, back to back to back. Champions here in Manhattan Beach, Taryn and Kristen. The Austin Aces, a championship maybe awaits in Chicago. We will see you guys soon. Congratulations.
Thank you, Rich.
Special moments made here in Manhattan Beach. They've been elite throughout, including here in our final. Taryn Brasher and Kristen Cruz confirmed the #1 seed by defeating the #2, 21-18, 21-16 for our women's championship. Our men's is yet to come. So much more from Manhattan Beach coming at you on the CW.
Photographers, you got 13 more seconds. Bobby and Joe, get out of there real quick.